welcome to M for Montessori. Yes, I know we have been missing in action. We started M for Montessori in 2020 January, and unfortunately, COVID happened and we had to take a back seat. A lot of work related stuff changed. If you know, I run a Montessori based preschool in Bangalore called Islet Montessori House of Children, also known as Your Child's Happy Place. So, Islet took the all my energy and everything, and I had to shut the vlog down for 2.5 years, but here I am trying to restart the same. Anyway, today we'll be discussing about a very important topic, a topic that I know most parents out there are trying to understand, something that I have been asked as a Montessori directress time and again, and I have lost count of how many times I have been asked about this. My name is Falak Randerian and welcome again to M for Montessori, and today's topic is Montessori only for younger children? So, school admissions have started for next year, that's 2023 already. Whether you are a parent who's looking for an authentic Montessori school for a younger child or an elementary Montessori or beyond, most of your questions will be answered in this particular video regarding Montessori and is Montessori offered to older children. So let's begin. Okay, so I have my notes here. I cannot function without my notes because I don't want to miss out anything, and I will be looking at them on and off. So please bear with me. So let's begin. So the general answer to this question in one word is no. Montessori is not only for preschool age children or children between 2.5 to 6 years. It goes beyond. Yes, I've always maintained that Montessori is a way of life rather than a pedagogy, and I still believe that, and I truly believe that. Maybe that is why I started a school, because I truly believe in this methodology and in this system, how it works with children. So anyway, Maria Montessori, Dr. Montessori, divided development of children into 4 broad categories. Now, we always function from a space where each child develops on his or her own pace. But these are 4 broad categories, and each category is further divided into 2. First half and the second half. So, of course, we start with the absorbent mind, which is from birth to 6 years. And this most of us know, most parents out there know, all authentic Montessori primary schools follow children between at least 2.5 to 6, and some of them start with infants, which goes before 2.5 years. So that's the first stage of development. The next stage of development is between 6 to 12, which is early childhood. This stage is called elementary Montessori. Schools function with this age children, and this is for children between 6 to 12 years, as I mentioned. So it is divided into lower elementary schools, which are 6 to 9, and upper elementary, which are 9 to 12. Usually, one school offers both the levels of development. Then we have the third plane, which is 12 to 18, which is for adolescents. The school which cater to adolescents in a Montessori are called Erdkinder school or farm schools. And the last or fourth stage of development is maturity, which is between 18 to 24 years. So those are the plane of development, broad plane of development. Now, you have got the answer. It goes all the way. The methodology has given us information about all planes of development, and the methodology caters to children through their school life. So the essential purpose of Montessori education is to offer the child an environment in which he or she can develop his or her skills at an individualized level. So I will not be giving you details about primary Montessori or even infant Montessori, Montessori House of Children, or infant Montessori, because a lot of information is already available. A lot of schools are there, beautiful, authentic Montessori schools are there across India, which cater to children between 2.5 to 6, or even before 2.5 for infant Montessori, right? Dr. Maria Montessori was the first woman. She was the first woman physician in Italy and a pioneer in early education. If you don't know, I would like to brief you about that. She was recognized. She recognized the critical importance of early childhood education. She spent many years observing, understanding, researching. Um, Years means decades after years, and the Montessori methodology is an integrated program tailored to meet the developmental needs of children. So as I mentioned, I will not be giving you details about primary Montessori or infant Montessori. If you want me to give you a brief about that, do leave in the comment section below, and I'd make another video on the same, right? Yes, so primary Montessori is basically for children between 2.5 to 6, and some schools offer infant Montessori, which are before 3 years of age. Now let's talk about elementary Montessori. Around the age of 6, children graduate from a primary Montessori class, or what we say Montessori, which caters to preschool age children, kindergarten age children, into elementary schools. Right. At around 6, children change. Their development, stage of development changes. Physically, there are lots of changes. Their first permanent teeth come out, their temporary teeth start falling. Socially, there's a marked eagerness to be a part of a group, to understand friends, to understand the inner circle, who they can rely on, who they can be with, right? So a lot of importance is given to friends in this age. That becomes important. Intellectually, they are able to understand abstract ideas, which was not the case in children going to a primary school. And they become interested in why something has happened, the reason behind a particular thing. They start understanding the difference between fantasy and fairy tales and reality. Dr. Mansari described this as children entering another stage of development. Naturally, as the child matures and they change, their needs and requirements also change, and the education program need to be tailored according to the development of the child, keeping his or her changed requirements in mind. Um, the elementary program is based on the belief that, as in the primary as well, is believed that the child learns best through movement and work with his or her hands. So, hands on learning is very important. They provide cognitive, social, emotional support to help the child reach its full potential. So there are many needs that we need to address of the child in this age of development, in this change of development, the transition from concrete learning to abstract, right? If you see primary Montessori, math is a lot concretization of abstract concepts, but now they understand what things without material as well, and the materials also change, keeping that in mind. They have a high interest in socialization, as I already mentioned it before. Thinking and memory is enhanced, obviously, and they learn a lot by creativity, by imagination, and interest in empathy, in kindness, in politeness, in fairness, in social justice, compassion. They understand what bullying means. They understand when they are they get hurt also faster than a primary level child. So, keeping all these things in mind, the elementary Montessori works at cosmic development or complete overall development of not only the child but the world around the child as well. Because right now, the child is not only functioning from his or her own perspective, they want to see what is going around them as well. Adolescent Montessori, before I brief you about that, I'll read a quote by Dr. Maria Montessori, which is so beautiful. And she said it more than 100 years back, which makes it even more effective and makes us believe that she was way ahead of her times. She said, and I quote, "My vision of the future is no longer of people taking exams and proceedings on that certification from the secondary school to the university." So at that point in time, she was thinking on these lines, but of the individual from one stage of independence to a higher by means of their own activity, their own effort of will, and which constitutes the inner evolution of an individual. How beautiful is that? I hope more and more educators out there understand and learn from this. Anyway, children between 12 to 18, or shall I say young adults between 12 to 18, are considered in the third place of development, and the school environment is called Erdkinder. I am writing it down here, you can read it. Erdkinder, which means children of the earth. Dr. Maria Montessori terms for young adolescent preparing to engage in a larger world around them. The Montessori Earthkinder program rekindles the spirit of adolescence and assists the young adult in transforming into a global citizen. The Earthkinder program emphasizes the development of self-expression, true self-reliance, and agility in interpersonal relationships. So you see, a lot of self-development and social development both go hand in hand here, and they truly become a part of the whole world. And great changes take place during this time, this stage of development for the child. Obviously, physical changes, they hit puberty, so that happens. A need for independence from the family unit, yet requiring support. So they want to draw a line, but they also want that support from their family, their friends. A strong and varied emotional experience. We all know what our tweens and our teenagers go through. So that again needs to be considered. A need of experimental learning, so more than rote learning. Again, Montessori never believes in that. Experimental learning is more important, and refining moral perspective. So their beliefs, their values, and everything start getting, I would not say developed, but they start making their own bits and pieces from the values or the beliefs they've learned from childhood, right? So they, maybe in childhood they were told that you have to respect all adults, but now they are understanding the true meaning of respect, the true meaning, the true essence of respect, the idea that respect is not defined by age, so on and so forth. So they start developing their own ideologies, their own values, their own beliefs as well, which is so beautiful. And they also start considering about what they want to do in future. So there are many goals that an Earthkinder environment works from: provide a learning environment where adolescents are respected and appreciated. So that respect and appreciation starts from an infancy and a primary level and goes up all the time, all the way. In Montessori, respect and true respect of the individual is very important. Support a sense of community in which children refine the ability to recognize one another as valuable people, and self-directed active learning. Nurture independence and interdependence. So we talked about independence in primary, independence in elementary, but here it is independence as well as interdependence, right? Provide a diverse and integrated curriculum. Interdisciplinary lessons, so maths and science can be connected on a particular aspect. Language and mathematics can be connected on another aspect. Art, everything is interrelated. Interdisciplinary lessons and projects are very important. Connection to natural environment and community. Most of the Earthkinder schools, they have to be farm schools where they provide a lot of on-job experience to children, and self-expressions, creativity is very important at this age. Peer teaching, peer-to-peer learning is very important. Constructing and creating their own assignments, service to others and the community. How beautiful is this? And small group projects, internships. These are all a part of the Erdkinder environment. So this was a crux about elementary and Erdkinder. Um, I'll share my experience. Besides being a directress, I'm also a mom to a 12-year-old now. My daughter joined a beautiful Montessori House of Children in Bangalore called Siksha Montessori, and when she was 2.5 in June 2013. She completed around 4 years there before she graduated in 2017 June to an elementary Montessori, where she spent her whole lower Montessori, lower elementary, which is 6 to 9 years, and two-thirds of upper elementary. So the reason we took her out, and she's now in a great school performing really well, is because not because of the pedagogy, but because of certain things that were not going our way in the school. So that makes me come to a point where I talk about what is available in India and where are we right now. Okay, so in India currently, there are many elementary Montessoris which are coming up, but the question is how many of them are really authentic. That is the underlining thing that we need to see. A lot of them are extremely commercial in nature and just Montessori namesake. And I'm being very blunt over here because I don't want anyone to experience um, anything less Montessori in the name of Montessori, right? So anyway, we have a long way to go. There's a beautiful Montessori Earthkinder which is in Hyderabad. I don't know of any other authentic Earthkinder Montessoris in India as of now. But yes, elementary Montessori, some schools are doing an amazing job, but some are still struggling. So we have a long way to go. But you have to wait for my next vlog where I'll share my experience about how my daughter shifted from a Montessori school, an authentic elementary Montessori, at the age of 11 to a grade school. Was it difficult? Was it easy? You'll have to figure out and find out and wait for our next vlog, which will be up next week. So take care of yourselves and I will see you soon.